And we're live.
We're live?
Yep.
Oh, right. Okay. So what we're going to talk about this week?
I thought it was only fitting that we talk about birthdays.
Why? Do you know someone who's got a birthday?
Yeah, it's my birthday this week.
You're joking.
No.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Blimey.
I know.
It's only a year ago you had a birthday.
You're so funny, Papa.
Yes. So what are you going to do on your birthday in lockdown? I think the party's off.
Yeah. I guess I'm thinking of making a cake.
You're going to make a cake? No, somebody should make a cake for you.
Well, someone can do that, but I also feel like I need to fill the time. So
Right, okay.
if I don't bake a cake, I could bake I feel like it's something I'll enjoy doing.
Oh, well, if you're going to enjoy it, then that's right. That's good.
But I'll happily accept more cakes.
Right.
Cakes all around, but I feel like I might enjoy also.
I think we were trying to eat less cake during January with...
Yeah, for one day it's fine. Then we'll just pass it on to neighbours.
Okay, right. Yeah, okay. No,
Give it
that's
away.
fine. We can hand it out to those in greater need than us.
Yeah. So I think I would enjoy that. Maybe a walk if the weather's nice.
Not with the cake.
Yeah, I don't know. Could do.
Okay, what, like a long walk or just like a brisk
Depends
walk
on
around
the
the
weather.
park?
Depends on the weather.
Okay.
Maybe a glass of champagne.
A glass of champagne? Oh, my word.
Yes.
You've got huge expectation.
I know. I don't know if any of my friends might want to...
You could have... Why don't you organise a Zoom party?
Oh, I could organise a Zoom party.
Yeah.
But my problem is... Not problem. I have different friend groups. And I wonder whether I should...
Well, Zoom parties plural. You could have...
if I should have
different parties
ones.
at different times of the day.
Yeah, because also I have Greek friends and English friends, and I don't.
And they
really
can't talk to one another.
I mean, they can, but you know,
they just don't know one another.
I think mixing friend groups sometimes.
Oh no, that's fine. Just have two completely different parties.
It's
There's nothing wrong with that. Party on.
That could be fun. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should.
Or maybe you should be like the Queen and actually have two birthdays.
Maybe
like
I should
your
do
official
like
birthday
like
and your real birthday, so to speak.
Maybe I should do like a pub quiz.
A pub quiz?
Yeah.
What?
Questions about me.
Oh, right. Yeah, I think you could win that.
Or maybe have a friend make it for me so it doesn't seem so narcissistic.
Yeah. Well,
like,
it might
we could
reveal
arrange
things
it
that you don't
together.
want to know.
But I don't think I've been to a pub quiz.
I've
Maybe
never been
one.
to a pub quiz. It doesn't appeal to me.
So
I don't know why. It's too competitive for my mind.
Really?
Yeah. Not that I'm competitive.
But then, if someone wins, do I give them a gift? It's my birthday.
Well-
I should be getting gifts.
You could give them a virtual gift. I don't know.
Yeah, send them a gift card.
No, but surely the prize should be the fun of taking part and celebrating your birthday. There shouldn't need to be
Yeah,
a prize beyond that.
So there isn't going to be like a goodie bag. You remember like kids' parties where they go home with
Yeah,
cake and a
God,
gift.
yeah, the goodie bags.
Maybe I should like send them a goodie
And
bag.
you've got some of the rankest sweets. They were just like so sugary and just...
We didn't have that in Greece. It was very much a UK thing. There wasn't a goodie bag in
Well, I
Greece.
think it really came from America more than anything else.
So I remember I've had one...
Never had them when I was a child.
I had 1 or 2 birthdays here, and I remember the first time we did goodie bags, I was like, what do you mean? Are they for me? Because, I kind of thought that people bring you presents. You don't give them presents.
No, you go away with so like, thank you for coming. Oh, and by the way, we're going to give you something to take away. Yes, it's kind of an odd concept, isn't it?
Because you also don't eat the cake at the party. You give it to them to take
No, you wrap
home.
it up in a serviette.
Yeah.
And then you sit on it in the car going home.
Yeah.
And,
Whereas that wasn't the thing. Although, obviously in Greece, and I think it's the same here, if you are at school, you bring something to give to the kids, like chocolates or something for your birthday.
And some people obviously still do that at work as well. I mean, I know when I worked in Cambridge, any time it's someone's birthday, and it seemed to be I actually reckon that they actually employed people according to the months of the year in which they were born, because it seemed to be somebody's birthday every single month. Just and that can't be random anyway. And so you always had to bring a cake from Fitzbilly's on your birthday, and you'd sit round and you'd eat the cake. Some people might bake a cake, but if it wasn't baked, it had to be a Fitzbilly's cake.
I don't know what a Fitzbilly's cake is, but I'm just going to assume it's a good cake.
It used to be a kind of cake and pastry shop in Cambridge. It's still going, but it's kind of turned more into a cafe / sandwich bar now. Anyway, we're getting off the point.
Yeah. So, yeah. Maybe I should say, oh, you'll get a slice of cake sent in the mailbox. Will it go off, though?
What? Cake?
Yeah.
Well, cake will all go off eventually. I mean, a lot of it depends on how much sugar you put into it. I guess. And obviously, if you're making it yourself, you're not putting preservatives in it, apart from obviously natural preservatives. So yes, it is going to go off, but
might not go off.
More in like a week to 2 weeks rather than days and hours. I really wouldn't worry about it going off. I think it'll get eaten before then.
Yeah.
A cake in this house is never going to go off.
No,
it's just simply going to be eaten.
If I wanted to mail it to someone.
Oh, I see what you mean. Mailing it to your friends. Well,
obviously,
mailing it to Greece, it might not get there.
It will go off.
Yeah, who knows?
Definitely.
I mean, how long did it take that parcel to get to Greece at Christmas time?
I think
about 4 weeks.
Yeah, if not more.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't put a cake in the post for 4 weeks.
So other than that, I don't know. I might just dance around for a bit. Take the day off.
Day off.
Yeah,
right,
maybe.
And dance.
Yeah.
I think a lot's going to depend on the weather, realistically.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Are you expecting lots of birthday cards?
No. Not many people know my address, so.
No. Or possibly when you were born.
No, I have friends that know my birthday.
But they'll just send you texts and things like this.
Yeah. So you get.
So why is it that young people don't send birthday cards anymore? Do you think birthday cards are becoming a thing of the past?
No, I think like my friends at uni would give me one in person.
Right, but they wouldn't send it to you.
But they don't know my current address.
Because they don't simply know the address.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So I don't know. I'm assuming I wouldn't get one because they don't know where I live.
Right. I just kind of thought that maybe birthday cards are going out of fashion on the basis that people of your generation don't put things in the post anymore. And you didn't. How many Christmas cards did you send? Hardly any.
4, 5.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But again, I don't know a lot of my friends' addresses. Maybe I need to ask.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. That you don't know the addresses. You don't need to know the addresses because you just send them texts or some kind of social media messages.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so I don't know. It's a bit upsetting to not have even friends on birthdays because I remember the first year of uni, I thought it was weird that Mum wasn't there for my birthday, but then I saw you for my birthday, so I kind of
Which was unusual.
Yeah, substituted one
of I've very rarely seen you on your birthday.
Yeah, so now I'm not even seeing friends, which is a bit bizarre.
Yeah, I can imagine that. And I'm not a great person. Well, I used to celebrate my birthday when I was your age with spectacular parties, some of which are still talked about to this day. But I think the older you get, the less interested you are in celebrating your birthday. It's just like, oh, is it again another birthday? Surely that's come around.
Yeah, but maybe
soon.
If you've had those kind of parties, whereas I feel like I still want to experience.
Well, you should. Yes, you're absolutely right.
What I want is
I feel very sorry that we're in lockdown and you can't celebrate it fully.
Because now I feel a bit like, oh, I should have celebrated more last year. Because last year, the problem was that we all had deadlines. It was last year of uni. No, not that many people wanted to do anything. And the problem is I have this idea that I want someone else to plan a big party for me. I don't want to plan it.
Sorry, you're giving a hint here.
No, well, we can't have a
I
big
was going to
party.
say, let me just call up the Prime Minister to see if we can have an exemption,
Yeah.
a tier 0 here, just for a day.
So no, it's I'm just saying. So I think I didn't plan anything. I think maybe we went out one night with some of them that wanted to go out. But again, as I said, I have different friend groups that like different things. So I find it quite difficult putting them all together in one. My flat was tiny. I couldn't have a party in my flat. So, yeah.
I think because my birthday is in the summer, as you know.
Oh, that's great. I've always been jealous of summer parties.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, but people are away. People are on holidays.
No, hang on. Let me just get a word in edgeways. Okay. Anybody think this is your show, your podcast? This is our podcast. All right, my turn to talk. Right, because my birthday is in summer, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted. For about 7 years, obviously not in succession because they're weekends, but over a period of about 7 odd years, I had exams on my birthday.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So I would then celebrate the birthday normally after the exam period as well. Because I nearly always had an exam on my birthday.
It's a good time though to...
Yeah. In that sense, it was very good because everybody wanted a double celebration because of the exams ending or whatever it might be towards the end of term. So in that sense, yes, it was fortunate. But the actual birthday itself, you were often actually having to do an exam or you've been revising, etc., etc.
Do you remember my last 2 years of school? When I had exams on my birthday, and it was either the day after my birthday or the day of my birthday, and it was psychology. It was always bloody psychology, which was like the toughest course and the one that I liked the most, that I wanted to do really well in. So I was either studying the day before because of the exam, or I had the exam the day of and I had something again. And I remember one year it snowed, so the exams got postponed, and I was like, this is the best birthday present ever.
But your birthday really shouldn't be in January anyway, because you were born prematurely. You were born 6 weeks too early. So you should really have a birthday, about the end of February? Still
cold.
Yeah, I know, but then you would have avoided the kind of January exams, because that tend to... I can't. There are very few schools that have exams in February. Yeah, but so you should maybe have a double celebration.
Yeah, like the Queen.
Your birthday and actually your
what would have been
your would have been birthday.
No, I think we should do it a bit like Alice in Wonderland and the Mad Hatter. They have unbirthdays. Do you remember?
Of course.
And they're singing a very happy birthday to you, to me. A very happy birthday from me to you. So they celebrate every day.
Yeah,
that's
but then
not their birthday.
But then your birthday would be a bit flat, really. I think you'd actually, to be honest, if you tried to celebrate... actually, that's a very good point. I think you should try and celebrate something every day.
Yeah,
from a well-being perspective. You should celebrate the fact that we're alive, we're healthy, etc., etc. We should try and look to the positives in every day. But then if you had a birthday party every day, then by definition, your birthday would be like a non-event.
Yeah. 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 I don't know. How do you feel about birthdays? Do you enjoy them, or did you use
Well, as I said, when I was your age, I enjoyed them hugely. I'd always look forward to my birthdays. People still talk about my 16th and my 18th birthday parties that were fairly infamous.
Why? What happened? Was it a rager?
Yeah, absolutely.
Legal rage.
Basically, my parents went away for the weekend and left me the house. Very dangerous thing to do. Which was very kind of them. Some might say foolish. or
See, if we weren't in
short-sighted.
lockdown, that's what we should have done.
Well, absolutely, absolutely. I could have buggered off, and you could have, taken over the place.
Yeah.
But so, but as I think, as I say, as I get older, I'm just less interested in my birthdays. I just don't think they're of. Partly because I think I don't like aging anyway. I don't like the idea of me getting older.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm
think a
actually
lot of
not.
people don't like their birthdays. That's why I asked. Whereas I get really excited before my birthday, but this year's the first time where I'm not excited because I'm like, I don't really have something to be excited about. I don't know if this sounds narcissistic, but I look forward to my birthday because I just want to be spoiled. Like I want
Yeah,
other
you want to
people
be
to make a
pampered
fuss
and
out of me
spoiled.
for
Well,
one
and
day.
yeah, to be honest, yeah, everybody needs to be pampered and spoiled from time to time. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I think it's just a shame that you can't this year, have quite the same kind of celebration. But it's the same for everybody this year. I
Yeah.
think there are a lot of people who will, the moment we're out of lockdown, and we saw this a little bit before Christmas.
Went crazy.
That people all began to party the moment they could, and of course what then happened is
Cases
the
went up.
infection rate went up, and
Yeah.
this is one of the problems.
Yeah.
It's being let out, not exactly let out of jail, that's a bit too strong, but let out, and so you're thinking, right, great, oh my god, I'm now going to do all these things that I couldn't do.
Yeah, traveling and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah. Oh, actually, I've just remembered something.
What, you're
One
going
of
to go
my
traveling?
birthdays
Yeah.
in Greece, we did give out a CD at the end of it
Really?
as a gift back. And I don't know if that's because
I wasn't there. I don't remember
I
this.
had my birthday before, and I remember my cousin picked the songs
Right.
because I liked the CD they made in the car. We'd
Sorry,
listen
what
to it.
CD was this? This is a
Like
musical.
a mixtape. Like we put the songs on
right.
it.
And you gave it to everybody?
Yeah,
Oh.
when they left.
Oh, right.
So I just remembered that we did have a kind of goodie bag thing once. I fully remember. And the other thing I was going to say is I had a funny moment. So I don't know if I don't think I'm at the age where I don't like aging, but last year I remember I cried a lot on my birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you just get very emotional.
Well, I don't know what it was. I didn't know if...
Oh my God, I'm 21. I don't know what to do. Oh, I don't want to be an adult.
No, I don't know if it was just because also I hadn't planned anything. So I was like, shit, I've literally not planned anything and no one's planned anything for me. What's this about? It wasn't like that, but I think also my friends that I couldn't see sent me messages and I got emotional.
Oh, I think that's the reason to get emotional, when particularly there are people that you'd love to see on your birthday or some other special occasion you can't do them.
Yeah. And I remember just really missing my friends and wanting to be like, oh, I wish I was with my friends. Those specific ones that I couldn't see. Maybe I was just hormonal at the same time. Who knows? That's the thing when you're a girl, you just cry for no reason. And then 5 days later, you're like, this
What was all
makes
that
sense.
about? Yeah, that would explain it.
So I just remember, and I was listening to, Justin Bieber's old albums.
Oh my God. Is that something you really want to admit?
Well, I've said it now, and I just remember crying and laughing at this. I couldn't explain the emotions. I was just
Right.
kind of laughing because I was really happy because it's, my birthday, but also happy for the sweet messages my friends send me because sometimes they're so nice and honest and you're just so full of love but also sad that you can't see them. And I
Yeah.
just think my reaction was crying.
Right.
I think I was just overwhelmed. Which I think was a first for me. I don't think I've cried on my birthday before, whereas a lot of people do.
Do you know, as a changing the subject, he says, do you know when the first birthday cakes with candles on was?
No, I was going to ask you that as a historian fact.
Well, allegedly,
Allegedly.
some form of cake with candles on were developed by the Greeks, the ancient Greeks,
Ooh.
and they would often be, excuse me, in a sense, they were about giving thanks more than anything else. It wasn't like a cake for the individual, it was more a cake for the god that you were giving thanks to, and you were lighting candles not to the individual, but to the god, to the deity, particularly
Dionysus?
the
No.
the moon, Archimedes, who's the
Because
moon
I was
god.
going to say Dionysus would have been
Yeah,
of fun. So
and it's
that's what I
more
connected
about
to.
having survived the year,
The
as
year.
much as anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Although ancient Chinese, used to celebrate particularly children's birthdays in not with cake, and curiously they do it with noodles, but that's another story altogether. But again, what you're celebrating is the fact that you've survived the first year, survived the second year, and so on and so forth.
And do you still blow out the candles of the years?
Yeah, and so then the notion that you blow out the candles and make a wish apparently dates back to the ancient Greek times. But then leap forward, realistically, more common celebrations using things like cakes don't really come into until really almost the 18th century. And it's actually mainly German. It starts in Germany, where they bake cakes, not the kind of sugary cakes that you get today with lots of icing, but more of a kind of what I would call a kind of bready cake with with fruit in it.
Yeah, yeah.
And the notion of having a cake baked specifically for your birthday really comes into tradition from around about the 18th century onwards. In Europe, develops in Germany, then spreads throughout Europe. But in that sense, having the kind of the modern birthday cake, which is very sugary, covered with icing, is a relatively modern tradition, literally in the last 150 years when they've been mass produced. In the same way that birthday cards are, again, a relatively modern tradition.
So it's more the candles and some kind of bready cake.
Yeah, but as I say, there are these kind of links that go back, the roots that go right back to the ancient Greeks, of this notion of having candles, which, again, you blow out and make a wish.
Yeah.
But it's almost as though those traditions are reinvented, in the 18th century. And birthday cards, again, it's only when you have, well, in this country, when we had the penny post introduced in 1840, that you start having gradually mass-produced cards. Before that, people might make a card, individually. But then, so the first Christmas cards, 1843, first birthday cards relatively soon after that. And then they gradually, as you get into the 20th century, really become cheap and mass-produced, and everybody is sending them to everybody. And that's why I started, because actually I think now it's waning, if you see what I mean, that people get sending less birthday cards now, particularly of your generation. As I say, just don't either send or receive birthday cards, I reckon, in the same way.
Well, that's our history section then. We've had our first official...
So what we should do is talk later about whether your expectations about celebrating your birthday were fulfilled or not after the event.
This year?
Yeah. I mean, the point is that...
But my expectations are very low this year.
Well, yeah. I know the bar's low, but...
Yeah. I mean, I think, saying that, I think that's the problem with me and my birthday. My expectations are high. I think that's what happened last year. I had high expectations.
Well, then don't create high expectations.
I know, but it was like, I think I almost thought that, it was like university would stop and no one would have anything to do other than...
focus on you.
Focus on me.
Absolutely. And that didn't happen.
No,
it wasn't as though everybody just said, I'm going to stop studying for a day because we have to celebrate your birthday.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't want to start anything, but it does happen for a lot of people. Like, I see so many people get these big surprises and all their friends are there, and I'm like, why can't I have that?
Oh, hang on, is that my fault?
No, it's not. It's my friend's fault. It's not even their fault. It's just, I don't know. But I think there's just big expectations. So they're very much significantly lower, and I think I'm just grateful to be
since
here
we
at this
spent most
point.
of the time talking about you and your birthday and your expectations, actually, my last birthday was very pleasant because you were with me for the first time.
Second time, I think, actually.
Well, I was going to say for the first time in years. I can't. When was the time before that?
I thought I was actually, maybe no, I wasn't the year before. I
No.
made it up. No,
Can you remember when you've ever been with me on my birthday?
no.
That's what I mean. It's you were.
And I made you a cake.
You would have been with me. You would have been with me on my birthday when you were 7.
Mm.
And you would have been with me on my birthday when you were 0 years old, between 0 and 1.
So you enjoyed your birthday last year?
Yeah, well, yes, absolutely. So, and again, that was unexpected in a sense, of course.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I wouldn't have predicted that a year prior. So, you know, the fact that
But did you predict the cake that I made that was so good? Possibly.
No, I could have predicted you would have made a cake because by then you were like well into making cakes.
Yeah, it was lockdown, so.
Yeah. But, you know, so that was very special.
Yeah.
And so maybe it's not the number of friends that you get to celebrate with, but the quality.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Which is why I don't want to sound ungrateful for not having grand surprises, because most of the time I am with at least 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 close friends that I want to see on that day.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel sorry for people who are, you know, of your kind of age whose birthday is, you know, say February, March time, because it looks now they're going to have a second year where they can't celebrate their birthday with
Oh yeah, of course.
friends.
They wouldn't have done it last year as well.
Yeah, people whose birthday, because I think we'll still be in lockdown in March. So people who were having a birthday in March have essentially lost 2 years of celebration, which...
Unless they're in New Zealand. Hello, New Zealand.
Yeah, obviously I'm thinking of people in the UK. Yeah.
I mean, not only UK, surely other parts of the world now, because a lot of countries, except for New Zealand.
Yeah. And Dubai.
Yeah, they're going to have 2 lockdown birthdays.
I know, which I think, you know, is very sad in a way. I feel sorry for them. But maybe
because some of them
they'll make up for it after the event.
They would have gone in lockdown, I don't know, basically, say 21, and they're now turning 23, for example.
Yeah.
Which is a long... If you think about it, it's... The thing that saddens me is, like, your 20s are meant to be the time to have fun and travel and do all these things, and we're just kind of stuck.
Not necessarily to have fun, it's time to...
Well, work or, I don't know, get experience, basically.
Yeah.
And this is an experience, but it's not exactly what...
It's not the experience you expected.
Yeah.
No, and in that sense, you know, I still refer to people of your age almost as the lost generation. We're getting onto a different subject now, but I think what this whole coronavirus pandemic, yes, it's obviously tragic that a number of people have died, but we also have to think about the survivors, and people of your generation, I think, will be a bit of a lost generation because...
I think our things will be delayed, surely.
What, sorry?
So, for example, if you're unemployed currently, you know, by the time you make up the money to be at the point you'd want to be,
that's partly what I mean.
It's all going to be delayed.
And maybe we should talk about this maybe in a different podcast. But let's maybe talk about the longer term consequences, because, you know, longer term consequences are not going to affect people like me in my cohort. They're going to affect people like you.
Yeah.
So there's a topic for conversation.
Yeah. So...
And on that happy, bright note...
Thank you for listening and learning all about my birth and birthdays. Yeah, we should wrap it up. We've gone a bit over time.
Yeah, and so what's the most popular song ever written?
Happy birthday to you.
No,
Happy
not the Stevie Wonder
birthday
version.
to
Yeah, the
you.
other one, which was written by two sisters, actually, called Hill, I seem to remember.
So did they not sing something
In
before
something
that?
like 1895, 1896, in the 18... And, of course, it was not written as a birthday song. It was actually written as a celebration of mourning. The original lyrics were something like "Good morning to you" or something like that.
Oh.
And then the lyrics were changed in the 1920s and adapted, and they put "Happy Birthday" to it. And then I think it was Irving Berlin in the 1930s, 1933, put it on a show, and he got sued because the sisters who were still alive claimed the copyright, and the estate has made millions from it ever since.
I can imagine.
Anyway.
Well, another fun fact.
Yeah, so Happy Birthday was not originally written as Happy Birthday.
Well,
Good morning to you, good morning to you, good morning, good morning, good morning to you.
right. See you later.
Bye.